Hey, welcome back to our channel. With our smart home stuff, the way we're going to do this is just one at a time. And so the next one is going to be a switch. So if you look outside, we have these wonderful lights around our patio. And we'd like to be able to control those either with Siri or smart with our phones or some other way. So we're going to go ahead and replace the switch, which is right here, that controls those. So we're going to go ahead and put in one of these Wemo smart switches. It is kind of the older one, and I've kind of been sitting on it for a while. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do it here. I've got this thing about typically putting in all of one brand, and I don't know if that's good or bad or indifferent. I know a lot of people will do different switches, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with Wemo for now, and we'll just see how that works out. It's pretty straightforward. In the box, you get the little installation guide. You pop out the switch cover, and it comes with the wires here. It does come with its own faceplate, but because that's on a 2-gang, I needed to go out and buy another switch so that I could do both the Decora style and the traditional style plug. And then it did come also with a couple of wire nuts. So we'll go ahead and get started. Like anything, when you're messing around with live power, what you want to do is start here with the breaker box. So I went ahead and found out which breaker it was, and it happens to be number 7. So we'll go ahead and flip that off. So you can kind of see the light is not going on and off with the switch, but I always want to be a little bit more paranoid. Just need a couple of little tools. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off the faceplate. Before I go ahead and start pulling out the live wires, I want to just go ahead and click on it and make sure, okay, I'm not getting any power signal saying that this is live. So we're doing okay. So we're ready to go ahead and take these off. I did have to dig a little bit because this one is actually the key and it's kind of way back in there, but this is the neutral. And so I'm gonna have to unscrew that because I'm gonna have to add the neutral back to that. And you can see, maybe you can see, as I scratch a little bit of the paint off, this one's the white one, so that's neutral. Then I've got the line, which is the black, and the load, which is the red, and I had to scratch the paint off a little of that. And then of course I've got the ground, which is the bare. The next thing I'm gonna have to do is go ahead and pop off this plate because obviously that's not gonna work, and that's why I have that other one. But once I have that off, I can go ahead and start the process. I'm gonna cut this ground wire straight because I don't wanna go through and try to bend this straight. And I've got plenty of length anyway. You can see that the wire on the Wemo plug, they're a little bit of a braided wire where the wires coming out of the wall are actually solid. So I called my electrician brother and he told me the little trick to make sure that these get on there better. The little trick is to put the braided one a little further before placing the wire nut and beginning to turn. I give each wire a quick tug to make sure that they're nice and snug inside the nut. There's one thing that I thought was really strange, and that's that they put the QR code for the scan on the back of the switch. So I have a couple of choices here. One is to make it live while it's hanging out like this so I can connect it, or on the front, they actually do give the number and I can do it manually through the number, but I don't want to do that either. What we did is simply took a photo of the back of the switch. That way we could scan it later. Now all I need to do is go ahead and put it all back together. Okay, moment of truth. We'll go back downstairs, flip the breaker, come back up, see if it lights. Then we'll go ahead and set it up with our HomeKit. And the lights are on. And the lights are off. Now we'll set it up with the app and get the rest of it taken care of. First, I launched the Wemo app. Click the plus button in the upper right, select the light switch, choose the right switch. Okay, here's where taking the photo comes in. Yes, I physically installed the switch. Yep, it's blinking blue. Of course, we took the photo on Rebecca's phone. Now things got a little weird. I got the message that the accessory couldn't be added. Like any normal person, I started going through troubleshooting. How about if I just try to add it through the Home app? Nope. So let's go back to the Wemo app. We'll try again, except somehow it did add it to the Wemo app. I'm going to go ahead and name it. But still, I can't seem to add it to the Home app. What the crap? All right, I'm going to go back to a different thought process. Is there some kind of update for the switch? And voila, there is. Finally, after all that, the switch showed up in the Wemo app. And then finally the Home app. I did put the switch in the yard and garden room. I set up the rooms earlier, and I added it to a scene. At some point, I'll go through what I do to add to scenes and how that all works. But for now, we'll just leave it here. Hey, turn on the patio lights.
Understood. Request sent.
Hey, turn off the patio lights.